Good.
Will you do the roll call?
Transportation Committee meeting, 4/4/2023. Committee. Eileen Cohen. Ruth Reese.
Here.
Linda Lawler. Bobby Levin.
Here.
Diana Rose.
Yeah.
Diane Andelman.
Here.
Phyllis Zeidman.
Yeah.
David Boaz is out. Gail Waters. Gloria Tart.
Here.
Kate Benoit.
Yeah.
And Michael Zeisen.
No.
Okay.
I'll be eliminating a couple of people from the list, so hopefully about it later.
And you have 3 guests present.
No, put your hand down. No questions right now. None. Let me make a statement here, very loud and clear. My meetings have been out of control, and as of now, it's not going to happen anymore. No one is going to keep talking on and on and on and monopolize the whole meeting. No one is going to overtalk. If it becomes uncontrollable, I will adjourn and I will just cancel the meeting. The people here from Academy are here to help us. I don't want anyone to badger them, to curse them, or start any trouble. And I am the chair of this meeting. I don't want anyone else to try to take control of my meeting. Period. End. Now, whoever hasn't been here 3 times, you're off the list. I'm changing it. Anybody who doesn't want to contribute to the meeting, I don't need. And people who come once in a blue moon, I don't need. Anyone wishing to come on the meeting, I certainly will welcome you. Having said that now, I have one other thing to say that we can continue with the meeting. Fausto has been kind enough to take the minutes all along. I would appreciate it if somebody would step up and take the minutes for us. And I'll end it at that. Okay, so call to order. The minutes, did everybody read the minutes? Yes,
Addition or correction?
absolutely. Tell me.
At the last meeting, I requested that the bus company write an article for the UFO reporter that we would be glad to edit, but that they had to write it. I don't see it in the minutes.
Guys, did you have time to write an article?
I'm sorry,
Did you have any time to write the article?
the one that came on the
newspaper?
newspaper? That what you guys doing? I'm sorry.
the
newspaper.
Oh, no, 1 second, yes, I did.
What was it?
Excuse me.
The one from
Put that down in the notes.
Ruth?
Yes, Ruth.
Yes,
Yes, what?
very good, precise, clear,
No, but you were supposed to write something, Omar.
I was supposed to write something, I'm sorry, guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You were to write an article for the UCO reporter. That was requested at the last meeting.
What, did you guys get that? No?
Oh, I don't know that.
We totally missed that, I'm sorry, I was not here last meeting, so it was not reported, so what's the, when do you need the article? So you want me to write an article to you guys to add it to this, newspaper?
Yes.
Oh, I totally missed that, I'm sorry, so, what I did, I wrote the one that it was sent to me by the supervisor. What you're saying here, exactly, that's what I'm saying, precise, it's true, it's accurate. We need to focus on the drivers, the problem with the drivers, especially drivers not paying attention, that's, the main concern here.
What would we like to see included in an article? What is he to write? He has to know what he
Exactly.
has to write
Yeah,
about.
We wanted you to highlight specific things that riders should know. The reason why the bus will not stop at every corner, just please stop at my house. Give us the reason that a bus will not stop wherever requested. Give us a highlight why we must have identification when you get on the bus, that we're trying to get an idea of bus ridership. Little things like that bus riders should know that would make life easier for the bus drivers, make life easier for the riders.
So basically you how often you want these guys? Is every month, every week?
Just give us one article that we'll put in the newspaper.
Okay,
And we'll make
okay,
news from the bus company.
okay.
We'd like to get it into the May issue, which means you should get it out this week, latest Monday, Tuesday of next week.
So what's the frequency for this newspaper?
Once
No,
a
it's-
month.
This is, yes, once a month.
You know, tell us why you can't eat on the bus. People, you can't eat on the bus because.
In other words, she's
No.
probably telling you the do's and the don'ts.
Okay,
I
Okay.
just heard today, there's a dog, I think I mentioned it.
yep,
Mhm.
yeah, we got that one.
That is jumping from person to person that couldn't possibly be a service dog.
Yeah.
You know, these little things that the riders think they are okay, that the drivers have to say, no, let's get it in the newspaper.
Okay,
And so people understand what's acceptable and what isn't.
Getting back to, did everyone read the minutes? Do we have any extra copies on the table? I see that there's a lot of people here today.
There's a whole bunch passed around somewhere.
Add. Could somebody please tell us to turn it
Right there, here, there's some right there.
Thank you.
Okay, so then the minutes are okay, except for the one. Yeah. okay, sure.
I move that we accept the minutes with the correction.
Thank you.
Second.
Yes, that gross. Yeah, that gross. Okay, did you hear that? Moves to accept.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, with the exception of that one addition. Okay, so Bobby, you're up for excursion.
The trip to, Roth Farms will go off next Friday. Everybody that signed up got a sheet that tells them where to show up and what time. Everybody paid, 45 reservations were accepted and 8 standbys. Mr. Roth does not respond to me, so I deal with the people at the farm. And we just assume that all of the criteria that we planned are standing. So as far as I know, we're on next Friday, bus leaves at 9 AM. And what is that for?
I did get a confirmation to that, which you got a copy. If you wish, I will call again to check it, but I'll do it. Even though, just double, I'll do that tomorrow. Yes, Gloria.
Are they gonna have the festival flea market buses come back? A lot of
We'll
people
talk
been
about,
asking.
we'll talk about it when we get into the program. Let me
Alright.
go step by step.
All right,
Okay. Any old business that wasn't taken care of, which you covered the one thing.
Bobby, who seconded your motion?
Bruce,
I should second my own minutes.
That's all right.
I don't care.
right.
Joanne second,
Okay.
Joanne second, so
Okay.
there's no conflict.
No problem.
What else were they supposed to give me? Oh. Oma,
yes,
old business. You were going to give me a schedule today of the new route?
yes,
Yeah, I'll leave it for new business then, you know,
we have it ready.
that's, you're up, because it's update of the new route, so.
Okay, so you want us to go through this now?
Yeah, please,
Okay, so we made additional copies, not enough for everybody, but
okay, I get it.
it's handled to,
The chair has it.
Yeah, as long as I have it. Okay. Then I'll pass it around.
So one of those, for me, the first one. So the copy you have in your hands right now, and you can share with the person next to you. The plan is to create two routes, two external routes that they will move, they will go every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week.
Okay,
So we changed the schedule to two external routes. One gonna be called the east external route. Gonna cover the east of Little Village. And then the next one will be the west route. We're gonna go west. And the last one in this handout is a proposal for the combo route. Okay, so if you want, let's go through the first one here. Just put the map.
I don't know where that is. You bring it up.
I'm putting it up on this.
Oh, it's not project, I can't see big. Oh, I see, I'm sorry for two seconds. Guess that's the mall.
If you want, if you want, put the description and I'm gonna have them go to the map. Put the description on, the screen. I'll pick it up.
Oh, so you might have voted for it because I couldn't see, so.
Okay, perfect. So on the screen is the turn by turn. This is the turn by turn information, and this is actually the same information we're gonna handle to the drivers. We're gonna have the drivers train on the new routes. We're gonna take the time to go around and actually Mario and Pablo use a bus to go around every single corner to make sure that we have clear access for the bus and clear access for you know, they make the turns, and also that we have a safe location to drop off and pick up the residents, okay? So this is the actual turn by turn that's gonna be given to the drivers when they come in to do the route until they learn the route from A to Z. Now, if you go to the back to the legal size pages, there's a map with the outlining of where the bus is gonna go, right? So first one, we're gonna go out of Harbor Hill. We're gonna use the exit, the west exit. Actually, the east exit. I'm sorry, the east exit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the east exit. And we're gonna make a right turn on Harbor Hill. We're gonna go to Okeechobee. And then we're gonna make a left on Okeechobee. We're gonna make a right on Military Trail. Looking at the wrong one here. Hold on 1 second.
Where they going?
Trying to follow them.
It's the first page, it's all
That's the first one, right?
Is.
There we go.
No, first one is from west.
No, it says East Route, Central Village, West Palm Beach. That's what I was confused because he said West Palm Beach and it's East Route, okay. East. And then we're gonna go first to the Walmart supermarket. We're gonna stop at the corner of the building.
Walmart, not on Military Trail.
Then we're gonna go back on, Military. We're gonna go to Ross, to right Ross entrance, and we're gonna stop at the President's supermarket, so the President's supermarket and the Ross store.
We have the description here where is the.
The stop, yeah. So the first one is stop is at the corner of the building in Walmart. The next one is stop is at the cafeteria sign Okay. on the President. Then the bus gonna continue through the plaza. It's gonna swing by the Chinese gourmet restaurant.
Which
We're
one?
gonna stop at the restaurant entrance,
That's the
and then it's gonna make it out of the plaza. You're gonna turn right in Okeechobee, and you're gonna move all the way to Los Ahachi Street. We're gonna go across the avenue there, and we're gonna stop in Burlington. So we are proposing to stop before the store, actually before the store. The bus is gonna continue through the plaza. And you're gonna go to Mary Immaculate Catholic Church. We're gonna stop at the curbside. Continue moving around the plaza. It's like a little fork there, and we're gonna go out of Palm Beach Outlet.
Okay.
And then at the Palm Beach Outlet, we're gonna stop by Forever 21. And there's another stop on Bath and Beyond, TJ Maxx and O&A. So we're gonna plan to stop between these stores. Then we're gonna continue around the plaza, and we're gonna exit, we're gonna go to DHA, Marshall, and Whole Foods. So we're gonna stop by this shoe store. And then out of the plaza, we're gonna go left the plaza, west of the mall, right on West Palm Beach Boulevard. And then we're gonna follow the instructions there, Robbins, and left on Brandy Wine, right on Village Boulevard, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna stop on the Village Commons, right before Public's entrance. We're gonna move around the plaza, and then we're gonna go back to Century Village on Harbor Hill.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So we eliminated Dr. Sappendorf's office?
It's on the other,
This is,
Oh, wait,
yes,
okay.
That this is east.
doctor, it's, the doctor office is on the corner of the plaza, Pine Trail Shopping Center.
yes.
We do this for the other route,
For the west.
for the other
Okay,
route.
I just wanted to make sure.
East military,
Okay,
west military.
gotcha.
using.
I got it.
So, okay, that's the first proposal for the east route.
Thank you.
We try to cover as much as we could. It's a really extended route.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is this going to begin soon?
We're gonna begin as soon as you guys ready.
How many
You gonna,
days a
you
week?
gonna approve?
This is Monday to Friday.
This is Monday to Friday, so if we're gonna start this, I mean, if it's okay for you guys, if you need to advise the community, if you need to hand out the new schedules, because at the very end of these copies, we are proposing also the schedule, the new schedule.
Oh, good.
So if you need to give this or post it somewhere on
Yeah,
the website, or if you have a magazine, something, to advise the community and advise them that the changes will be effective on Monday, we can just start over on Monday. It's totally up to you.
it's just,
May first.
It's just for D,
May first.
for DWS.
yes, Phyllis.
When does
I
the
know the
paper go to
DWS
publish?
store.
Yes.
It's probably,
There is
yeah.
a deal in
The
May
two stores.
issue.
Goes to
It's
publish?
going this month.
TW, it's typo, it's typo. TW.
Yes.
Place it should go. You have to wait and it should be put into the next.
Talking about the June issue.
Not the May, the
May,
June.
May.
No, May is too
May
soon.
is the next issue now.
Well, what I think you should wait to start it until you get into the next district. Hold on.
Guys, this schedule will begin on Monday.
This Monday,
All right, so
okay?
we'll get it out as a full email and we'll get it into my report.
No.
We'll get it up on the blog.
Is that possible, Ruth?
What? You just
It
started
has to
May
start
first.
in May.
Yeah,
You have to use May first as the starting.
I just heard that the routes will take effect on Monday.
Monday, this
Number, it
Monday.
is not enough time to let the people know that a bus has been eliminated. One entire route has been eliminated.
Hold on, did you just tell me the new bus schedule takes effect on Monday?
You did.
Monday, if you want, Monday.
You said if you
On the
want
east.
it Monday, if you want it. I think that we should allow enough time and she has to put the new schedule into the paper. Is that correct?
Yes.
No,
No, what I can do is put this one page in. But yes, I agree, it should wait a month to go in, people won't know if it's
All right,
not on Monday.
Let's have a motion.
It's gonna be-
For the effective start date of the new route,
Why are you taking over my meeting?
because I need to know, because I need to get it into the blog, I need to let the president know. So if you guys make a decision, and Omar needs to know.
Yeah, it's the beginning, I agree with him, it's the beginning of the month. And this is gonna take effect on, early on the month. So it would be really good for everybody to start fresh on the month.
May.
Well, just get the month straight first.
Yeah.
If you're gonna start it the first Monday of May or whatever, we have to know that now.
Okay, so Donald, you putting the motion on the table?
Yeah, I can make a motion.
Tony?
He's not on the committee.
Oh, you're not on the committee.
Yes, I can make it, I can make a motion, I can't vote,
Okay,
I can't perform as well.
okay.
I make a motion that the new route take effect on the first Monday of May.
Well, we all agreed to that.
Which is what?
I second it, Tom.
We agreed to that.
This way, the vendor has clear direction. It can
Yes,
play.
yeah.
That's what we were
Yes.
talking about, so you don't even have to take the motion, that's what we said. It's not enough time next Monday, so we have to make it for the first Monday in May.
Monday in a month.
So that's gonna be actually the first of the month.
The
First of the month.
May first is, okay, May first,
Sounds good.
okay,
Perfect.
Perfect.
okay.
Now, before we move to the next one, on this first, there's a typo on the first,
I have a
No, no,
suggestion.
excuse me, no, we're not.
Excuse
doing
me, you have a
Hold
motion on the floor that has not been voted on.
that. We don't, why do we have to take a motion? Everyone agrees. You want to
But
take
you
a
haven't-
motion? Okay, who seconds that motion?
Phyllis seconded
Okay,
the
call the
motion.
vote, call the vote.
But I have a little suggestion.
No,
Well, you either have a motion or you don't. You're gonna rescind
No.
the second on the motion?
excuse me, just stop it. There's a motion, let's vote on it. You have to wait. Did you not hear what I said in the beginning of the meeting? If you don't like it, you can just leave the meeting. That's the rule.
Motion for new routes
To begin
to begin.
Monday, May 1st.
That's what they always do. They want to jump around and keep talking in this meeting. It's not gonna happen anymore.
Motion. And seconded by Phyllis. Okay. The motion is for the new routes to begin on Monday, May 1st. Motion was made by Donald, seconded by Phyllis. Eileen Cohen,
Not here.
She's off.
Ruth Treese.
Yes.
First of all, she's off.
Linda Lawler,
First of all, she's off the committee.
Bobby Levin,
Yes.
Diane Handelman,
Yes.
Diana Rose,
Yes.
Phyllis Zeidelman,
Yes.
David Boaz is absent.
She's at the time.
Okay, Ed Grossman,
Yes.
Dominic Garnaja,
Yes.
I'm a yes. Patricia Caputo,
Yes,
Joanne Robinson.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Now, I have the new, hold on. Gloria
Yes.
is a yes. Kate is a yes, and Michael is not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 yeses, 0 no's, motion passes. Thank you for your,
Thank you.
very good. Thank you.
all right, now you can move on.
Okay, so Omar, you have something else to?
Yes, a couple of things. I would like to go through the whole schedule.
Okay,
If we go to first, second page, the handout, first, second page, there's a typo. We are stopping on DSW is the name of the store. It's a shoe store. It says DHS, it's DSW.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna make correction to that
Mhm.
before we give you guys a virtual copy of this schedule. Okay?
thank you.
Now, the next proposal, and this is on the third page, we'll start with the route number 2, which is gonna be west. We're gonna go west of military. Okay, on the map at the back is gonna be the second map. Okay, so for this one, same, we are exiting the village out of the east gate. We're gonna make a right turn on Harvick Hill, we're gonna go to Okeechobee, make a right turn on Okeechobee, the first stop will be at the family door. This specified curbside city bus stop at the front of the Brasa restaurant. And we're gonna continue around on Okeechobee Boulevard. And then we're gonna go to the Good Samaritan Outpatient Imaging Center. Same thing, we're gonna be stopping at the curbside. This is a city transit, city transit buses stop.
Yeah.
It's a very marked stop sign, bus stop. Then around the perimeter road, right after Dunkin' Donuts, we're gonna make a right turn. Then we're gonna go to the West Palm Beach Library. Stop right in front of the entrance of the library. Continue the perimeter road, right turn Okeechobee Boulevard, continues on Okeechobee until Duffy Restaurants. Making a right turn, right after Duffy's Restaurant, and then left at the stop sign, continues through the plaza until Walmart. Next stop will be on Walmart neighborhood market. We're gonna stop right before the entrance of Walmart. We're gonna continue circulating around the plaza. I believe here we go across the street, right? And then we go left on Joel, left on Okeechobee Boulevard, right at Speedy gas station, right at the stop sign. Then we continue around, we go to Publix supermarket and Home Depot. Here we're gonna stop, it's a bench, right after Publix. We continue through the plaza. Again, make a right turn after the Citgo gas station, continue through the plaza, and next stop will be on Century Plaza. Sleep and Wellness, right in front of the Sleep and Wellness location. Then back to Okeechobee Boulevard, we're gonna visit Pine Trail Plaza Main Street. Stopping on the Pine Trails Shopping Center. Again, we're using a city bus stop. Right in front of Brothers Farmers Market. We're gonna continue circulating around through the plaza. And back to out of left of Okeechobee, right on Emporium's Chops. Continue around through the plaza, and then we're gonna stop right there in front of Dreamer Arcade. And then right turn Okeechobee Boulevard, continues in Okeechobee until the PNC Bank. Right after the entrance of the PNC Bank, and then we're gonna stop on West Palm Beach Goodwill. Main entrance. And then around, continue through the plaza again, looking for Harbor Hill. Continue south on Harbor Hill. We're gonna go to Sharon Christian Church. We're gonna stop in front of the building, Harbor Hill Road, curbside. Oh, let's keep something there. I'm sorry.
What church was that?
I'm sorry. Before we go out of the West Palm Beach Goodwill, we're gonna go to the post office. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. Let's skip that. So we're gonna stop at the US Post Office, right at the corner of the building. We're gonna continue through the plaza and looking for Harbor Hill to go to the Sharon Christian Church.
Who's that?
Yeah, this is on Harbor Hill curbside. It's a stop at the curbside. And then we are circulating back to Century Village, and we're gonna come through the east entrance of the village. Those two routes, these two that we first discussed, would be east and west of Harbor Hill. We try to cover, military. So we try to cover as much as we could. These routes will go every single day of the week, Monday through Friday.
No exception.
No exceptions, Monday through Friday, every single day. Now, the next proposal is for the weekends and the holidays. And this is a combo route. Okay, so we're modifying also the combo route. And this combo route, we used to have, we used to have a combo route for the weekends and a combo route number 1, combo route number 2, one for holidays, one for weekends. We try to eliminate that. It's confusing. So we're gonna do is just a combo route.
Okay.
Okay, and we're gonna combine the locations that we're visiting in 2 routes or in only 1 route. So at this time, the proposal is to again exit on the east gate, make a right turn on Harbor Hill, go to Okeechobee, make a left on Okeechobee, and we're gonna visit the Pine Trail Plaza. We're gonna go to the shopping center. We stop in front of Brothers Market. We exit the plaza, we continue around the plaza, we make a right turn on Military, left on Mason Drive. Then we go to the Walmart shopping center. We're gonna keep the same location, same pick up and drop off location at the corner of the building. There is no changes because it's a different route. There's no changes on the pick up and drop off location. To keep it
Uniform.
Exactly, to keep it the same way so the residents don't get lost.
Okay.
And then from there, we go to the Presidential Supermarket and Rose Store. The same place, we're gonna stop by the cafeteria sign. Continue through the plaza, right turn Okeechobee, left on Los Ahachi Drive, we're gonna go to the Dollar Tree and Aldi. And we're gonna stop there in Harbor and Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight is a tool store. And then continue through the plaza, make a right turn on Spencer's. And we're gonna go to the Immaculate Catholic Church. And this is north of Okeechobee Boulevard. And then out of there, we're gonna make a right turn in Okeechobee Boulevard. Yes, right turn Okeechobee Boulevard, right turn Emporium Chops, and then we're gonna stop right in front of the Dreamers Arcade. And out of there, we visit the same place. We're gonna go around right before the PNC Bank. We're gonna continue through the plaza. We're gonna go to the Goodwill, West Palm Beach Goodwill. And then we continue through the plaza. We're gonna make a right turn on Harbor Hill, the traffic light. and then left at the Central Villages gate and back to the clubhouse. This route is a proposal for weekends and holidays. Okay, so if a holiday is a Monday, Monday is the combo route, not the east or the west.
Okay.
Okay, so holidays and weekends would be this combo route.
That's okay. Bobby has something to say, and then,
Omar, there's one typographical error throughout the entire thing,
Through.
where you say continues through. You've left out the H in through.
Go back to that?
Yeah.
Okay, is it that, is it typo, we're gonna fix it?
Go to one,
Yeah, it's on,
You start on every single one of them?
every
Okay.
single one.
Okay, we fix that.
when you say continue through Plaza.
Oh, I see it, okay.
It's throughout the entire.
Wow, wow.
don't you have something to say?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's my fault.
I have a little suggestion for you people. And you could take it for what it's worth. Rather than hit everybody in the face all at once, to make a little note for the buses to say there'll be a change on Monday, May 1st for schedules. Please look at the paper coming out to prepare people for the schedule, to put a notice on the buses. There will be a change of schedule Monday, May 1st. So that people will know to look in the paper, not to show up at the bus all of a sudden. A lot of people don't pick up the paper to read it, just to put a note on the buses.
That's why we said we want to do it for the whole month.
Patricia, when we talk about putting a schedule in the bus, this is what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Not the entire, this page.
Just the first
Yeah.
page.
So if you will send that to me in an attachment, I can get it right in.
But you know, just what I said, just prepare people ahead of time. People, there'll be a change of schedule Monday, May 1st. Please look in the paper for your schedule. It's all you have to do, and the driver could put it up on the bus, so people could see it ahead of
But you know
time.
something? What's gonna happen? They're gonna ask the bus driver,
You have to
what's
raise your hand.
You're speaking out of turn, Glory.
Speaking out of turn, you have to raise your hand. Fausto has his hand.
okay,
No, Fausto's being recognized first because he had his hand up. Fausto?
My suggestion, Mario and Omar, that you guys make a sign up for each one of your buses. That starting May 1st, there will be a new schedule. Schedules will be available whatever day at the clubhouse or at UCO, so you can familiarize yourself. But you should do that as soon as possible,
Yep,
but have those signs on the bus.
okay.
You want to say something now?
but you know what the people are gonna do? They're gonna ask the bus driver, what's the new schedule?
No, the bus driver is not gonna respond.
And you know what he should say? I don't know.
Don't worry about the bus driver. They take care of him. He knows, they know their job.
We're gonna instruct the drivers because changes are coming, so we're gonna instruct the drivers that any request, any concern about the new schedule to refer to supervisor. The supervisor can go ahead and let them know that the skill will be available at the clubhouse.
Yes,
Could you have the new schedule on the bus?
No, we have,
well, we will have it on May 1st, but
Not
not
at this
before,
time.
not now. May 1st. We have to give everybody enough time, including them. I mean, it's not fair to say, give it to us Monday.
we cannot put this new schedule yet because the committee can approve the change.
Yeah.
When you approve the change, we go to print.
Yeah, May
We're
first.
to put on the buses, and also we have to remove the old,
Yeah,
and we have to classify that
I know
new.
that.
exactly. So if we put new ones and old ones all together, they're gonna get confused.
That's why I
Or
said,
just a week before
there she goes again.
first Monday of the month,
Oh, God.
on May 1st. Like the last week in
Yes.
April.
Phyllis,
This is what,
you're supposed to raise your hand and be recognized. We have to have organized meetings, otherwise everyone, you remember that one day when everybody was screaming at one time? We can't do it that way. If you do it at another meeting, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it at mine.
At least a week before May 1st.
okay,
One for-
That's, Mario, you don't have to.
what I'll do,
Oh, my.
no, I want to comply. what I'll do,
Yeah,
we're gonna make corrections to those details.
uh-huh,
And we're gonna put this together in a folder.
Yeah.
And we're gonna send it to you.
okay,
Can you,
And then you go ahead and
oh, Patricia,
whoever you need to distribute it to, please, by all means. And maybe you can make copies or give copies to the clubhouse, and then you can have those at the clubhouse. We are not gonna put this on the buses because we're gonna confuse the residents. Okay, we're gonna instruct the drivers to, any questions, any concerns about the changes coming for the next month, please refer to the supervisors. Okay, and then same thing, if you guys have any questions, anything, refer to the supervisor, we get it, you know, you guys have our contact. We can come right to you, and we're gonna go through anything that is necessary. In our end, we have few drivers trained already. We discussed the routes, we tried the route, we did a test run on the route.
Yeah.
It's totally doable, it's not a problem, we need to prepare more drivers to be able to keep protecting the drivers. Unfortunately, we cannot keep the same drivers every single day. We try, because I know that once you guys identify with the drivers and the drivers get to know you guys, it's a lot better because it's a better communication, better system. But we still need to rotate the drivers from time to time. So we're gonna train drivers, we're gonna keep training new drivers to make sure that we get everybody to know these routes. We have until May, you guys have until May. If there is anything in the meantime that you wanna add, let's say that you want to have different copies, different colors, just let us know. We still have a month to play and make corrections and changes. But we work really hard on this. I believe that is really a nice change, and I hope the community accepted it as something positive. You know, and we go from
greatly
there.
appreciate everything you've been doing, including your reports. Thank
Now-
you very much.
Now,
Very clear, yes,
something that is important,
Yeah.
and I will explain this to you guys, and I'm pretty sure that there are gonna be some hiccups at first. The fact that we don't have now the perimeter road,
yeah,
the fact that we don't have now the perimeter road.
only me.
If you see in this schedule at the bottom, there in blue says that all internal buses will wait to the return of the external routes. Meaning that internal routes going to the associations are not gonna take off from the clubhouse until the externals arrive.
okay,
Because people are coming from the grocery store, bringing the groceries, bringing their food, ready to go home. So we don't want to have these folks sitting at the clubhouse, waiting with their ice cream melting on the bags to the next loop to go home. So there is a two-way communication that we use on the radios.
okay,
So again, supervisor will be on site all the time, checking on the buses. How far are you? What's your ETA to the clubhouse?
Right.
And the external route drives will respond to the supervisor. We're gonna be there in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. In the event that the external route gets delayed for traffic, rain, any other issue that we cannot control, and the route's coming late, the way we have been doing this, driver communicates with the supervisor. Hey, I have 3 passengers on board and they are going to this association.
yeah,
So we may be able to release the other 2 buses and hold only 1 bus for
Gotcha.
that specific association, so we don't delay the whole system.
Oh.
And then we will work individually on every single one.
that's very good. Okay,
If there is passengers for every single route, then we hold
Yeah.
all 3 routes, and then the customers waiting already on the club, on the buses will be advised by the driver, the supervisor, guys, we have buses coming, there is a delay, it's traffic. We're gonna hold the buses for 2, 3, 4 minutes until the external routes arrive. And then all we asking for the community is the understanding that the service is for everybody, for the same way. So it would be selfish to ask the driver, I need to go, when we know that the bus is a couple of minutes away. And we will help other residents to arrive home safely.
Bruce would like to say
Yeah.
something.
I address this to Omar. This, as far as I can see, is good to go. No changes. It is what it is. This needs to go into the May issue since you're starting on May 1st. You can send this to me immediately
Okay, appreciate it.
as an attachment whenever you're ready.
Okay,
Good.
Okay,
I mean, we use colors, just to make it easy to read through it.
It's good. I'll put it on. a
If you prefer
color
black
page.
or anything, but,
It'll go on a color page.
okay.
That's good. Any more questions, comments? Anyone? Okay, next on the agenda. Mr. Grossman would like to bring up the next two things. Mr. Grossman?
Thank you. I hope you could all hear me. Omar,
Senor,
it's been a long time, it's over a year since you and I talked.
It's gonna be short.
I think that you gave a good presentation in regard to changing the route. But my questions still remain open. I sent you an email. You never responded. I called and you indicated, and unfortunately, some of the people that should have gotten an email didn't get it. And I couldn't pull it up on my lap. But basically, I had at that point asked for five answers, and your response after months was, I was told not to give you any information. Now, I told you, I find that reprehensible. I'm the treasurer, part of my duties is to check if we're getting billed properly, and if other items, not only with you, will be taken care of. Now, one of the major, a minor but helpful item is I do get a monthly report for fuel. However, the setup is impossible to
You're going off your
check for 1 month to the other, because I don't get, let's say, for bus 3, the opening mileage and the closing mileage.
Ed,
Excuse-
why are you going off your subject? You were gonna talk about newer buses and
What's
scanning.
the purpose?
What was your topic you wanted to speak about? The newer buses.
I sent you, and unfortunately, it went 5 items. The first one had 4 or 5 items.
But I didn't get it. You-
Now, the next question, very simply, and I posted to Patricia and also Fausto at that time.
Did you get it?
How many replacement buses have been put in
Oh,
service
Jesus, here we go.
since December 1st, January 1st, 2022? It's a simple question. How many replacement buses? And it's
I think that's not on the agenda.
were put in service since December 1st, 2022, and it's now March 2023.
I can tell you that we have 4 different buses, four different buses,
Different or?
4 different buses. They are newer model buses from the beginning of the contract until now. We continue using the original buses that we put in the contract. And we have now 4 newer buses that we are using rotating with the old ones. The idea is to minimize the time and the breakdowns and the down service on the contract. This is
Now, how can a newer bus be identified? I had to ask for mileages.
Why are we getting into that? That's not what we're supposed to get
Excuse
into.
me. Patricia, unfortunately, you didn't see it, but this is a financial question.
Ed, my email, I told you.
Simple question, getting back to, were you advised not to give me any
That's
information?
what he's really getting at.
That's what he's
No,
trying
no, we're not gonna do this. Ed, please ask your questions so we can move on with the meeting.
Excuse me?
Ask your pertinent questions to what you wanted to talk about, so we can move on. Yes,
I might be able to help here.
okay.
Ed, are you looking for the odometer readings for the buses?
Yes.
They're on my-
because when
and they're
you
on-
check the fuel.
Ed,
Let's move away from.
they're on my,
Let's
Ed,
move-
Tell you something.
Excuse me.
what's the point?
But he's gonna
What's the
tell you.
point of trying to help the man if he just wants to talk?
Look, if you're going to
Ed,
help.
I asked him if you wanted the odometer readings.
So you said
I
yes.
answered yes.
Look at the fuel. You can't tell what bus it is.
Okay, Ed,
However.
Ed, the
However,
odometer readings for the particular buses are on my desk. They're in the
you
C drive.
can't follow them unless you get a different report than I do. Because you don't have the opening and you don't have the closeout. But equally important is, were you advised not to give me any
He
information?
wants him to say that Donald told him not to, that's what he wants. him to
And you were
say.
back in July.
This is not what the meeting's about. Yes, Donald.
I'll answer Ed, since he's
Okay.
trying his head not to say my name, but I'll go ahead and
Yes,
say it.
here, here.
And you were advised to route your questions through the committee chair.
I did, but
There you go.
unfortunately.
Hold on. Excuse me. If you sent me questions last week and you sent it to my old email, why didn't you send it to Vice President Ford if you wanted me to have it? Or my email, which is
Because
slightly
it's on
different.
my computer, and
That's not a reason.
all I can say is, I was told to bring it to this meeting. If you feel it's too fast for someone to answer a simple question, then I will put it in writing and send it to the powers that be at Academy.
Okay.
I am the treasurer and I am entitled to certain information.
Okay,
The two people who have been working on it had no idea that 1, 2, 3, or 4 newer buses were placed in service, and that was only last week.
okay, so.
That's not what I consider unimportant.
Yes, faster.
Ed, I beg to differ with you. I told you that I knew of at least 3 buses and one, I said at least 3 buses and 1 powertrain being replaced.
Should I replay it for you?
Okay, you know
All
what?
right,
We can't
whatever.
go on like this.
All if I can't get that,
With
I
summation.
can't get that simple question answered,
Yeah.
I will go to the next step. It's a yes or no, as if he was advised not to give me any information.
What you're saying is Donald told him not to tell you. That's what you want everyone to know. But this is not what meeting is about.
It had, what meeting should it be? At the delegated assembly, at the end of the week? I'll
Let's
bring it up.
not be unreasonable.
I've gotten responses that were
I agree.
very, very specific to that question.
Well, I will tell you something.
I wish you would.
Yeah, let me make something clear here. We have a contract with you guys,
Yes.
okay? And the way we communicate, the way we send you guys information, the way we send you guys the mileage information, the fuel report, the schedule, it's all set on the contract.
That's a.
Okay,
I
I cannot be sending you guys individual emails to every single one of you or to everybody that is asking me for information. I have my point of contact and I use the point of contact. If you guys internally, internally, you guys need to find your way to share or not to share the information that you need. Okay, I have my own system in my terminal. It's being set, it's being in place, and we respect that.
Good.
So I have every single, what I'm saying
What
is,
you're saying.
what I'm saying is,
And I don't want to
Stop,
pursue
stop,
it here.
stop.
Excuse me.
No,
I don't
stop.
wanna Pursue it here
Excuse me.
any further. I will pursue it through other avenues.
This is
I've
not gonna.
never heard of a customer not responding.
Patricia, excuse me, we have the same situation 3 or 4 months ago. Do you remember that? And we back to the same?
No, I wasn't here, but I can't, we gotta stop. That's it. That's it.
By the way, when did the 4 buses come into?
No, we're not gonna do this. We have to move on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm calling the meeting.
Sorry, but you're not responsible for the expenses.
I am responsible for
No,
this
you're not.
meeting. It's my
Read
meeting and I
your
have the right to
Bible.
say stop.
Read your.
You are going on over
Forget it.
nonsense.
I'll take care of it.
All right, we're going to the next discussion, general discussion. So, Omar, I found out there is a dog that is jumping on people on the bus. There's some complaints that I sent you and I give you when you come. It seems to be a problem. If it's a service dog, it wouldn't be jumping, so we have to address that. Maybe you should tell your drivers if someone comes on.
Yeah,
Today I
the,
heard some very disturbing news. I just gave you an example of it. That there were people that got on the bus that do not belong to Century Village.
so do
And
we,
didn't know where the stops were because they don't belong, and your bus drivers did not ask
for the ID? Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So do we know for sure that these individuals are not part of the community?
Would you like to answer that?
And this is secondhand, a friend of mine who couldn't be here today, gave me the handwritten, summary. And she said it was very obvious that they were not part of the community
community.
because they had no idea, when asked, they didn't know where they wanted to get off.
Okay,
Like, they didn't say, Norwich or,
Okay.
Canterbury or, they just said, well, we'll see, and they got off at Walgreens.
yeah, unfortunately, there is always a chance for someone to try to step in a bus. Either, I'm not saying that they may intentionally try to get a free ride somewhere, because if I'm waiting for a bus and the bus is coming and I don't know where the bus is going, I will not step in. Because I don't want to get lost. I don't want to get any loss, I don't want to make it any worse.
But the driver did not.
Exactly, no, we're gonna address that with the driver, but what I'm trying to say here is that, maybe this couple were just lost.
Sure.
Exactly, exactly. So they may thought that it was a city bus or something, so we're gonna address that with the drivers, make sure that they ask for ID.
Check ID.
Plus, by now, our drivers, unless you have new residents every month, by now our drivers will at least have a good idea of who is who, because they're doing this every day. So the best way to do it to avoid mistakes is asking the IDs. Okay? In other contracts, we add, and this is here, we added in this, what is the part that says, show the IDs? Right here. So on the schedule, it's on top. Please make sure that you show the ID to the driver, get the ID ready for the driver. This is the best way to do it here is that, we made our effort, you guys, as a community, help, okay? Because telling the driver, I want to show you my ID, I know you should know me, and I know this and that, it's not gonna help. The best way to do it is cooperation, mutual cooperation. My drivers will ask for the ID. If you don't have it, you may forget, you may bring it out. But if you have it ready, visual, that the driver can see it, it's a lot better. So let's help each other. We want to make sure the drivers are asking for the ID to avoid, unacceptable people or not allow people are not allowed on the buses to come on board. And at the same time, make your effort to keep it safe within the community by showing the driver the ID and making it easy. Listen, I am person that I'm allowed to. Person next to me, behind me may not be allowed, but I am allowed to come on board. So we're gonna continue training the drivers and addressing that with the drivers, make sure that we can do, on the radio, we do messages, the drivers, hey, please make sure that you follow the route, stay on top of the schedule, make sure that you come to complete stop in every stop, make sure that you pick up and drop off designated stops only, and make sure that you check in the IDs to the riders. No ID, no ride. Now, you forgot your ID. Hey, listen, I'm from this location, from this association. At some point, we need to bring this person back. The driver may or may not know who you are. We may have a new driver that doesn't recognize your face. So there is some gray area here that we need to provide customer service by saying, okay, well, listen, where you going? Century Villas, where you live? This association, okay, I recognize that you know where you're going and who you are. I don't know who you are, but at least you're telling me that you're going to a location that is within the valley, I'm gonna bring you in. Next time, please make sure that you have your ID ready, because I may not allow you to, because it's gonna be a problem, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of complaints. Hey, bus driver didn't want to pick me up, and I was left behind, and it was raining, and I got late, and I got this, I got that. So, we have to work together on this. We're gonna continue arresting the drivers, make sure that you have for the ID. Please keep it, and this is something that I'm gonna put on that.
Yes.
On that reading.
That's exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna just make, exactly. So I'm gonna bring it in. Why are we doing this? It's not because, it's not my drivers that want to step in and use the force by have you showing the ID. No, it's not that. We wanna see, we wanna do, we wanna commit, yeah, we wanna commit to safety. We wanna make sure that we have safe community and a safe ride. We don't wanna have anybody on the buses causing a problem that is not supposed to.
Yeah.
So let's work together. Bring your ID out. Make sure that before you leave home, you have your ID. That's your passport to come back.
Yeah.
But I want to say something. If somebody got on that bus and went somewhere, they couldn't possibly forget it when they're at the other end. If they don't have it when they're getting on the bus leaving here, they shouldn't be allowed on, I'm sorry.
Right.
And if you take them to a store and they say, I don't have my ID, why is that possible? If you left with it, then you have it, unless somebody actually lost it.
Yeah,
So if they said they left it home, then say, how do they get on the bus? Do you understand what I'm saying? We have to be very, very careful because people have snuck into the village and we don't want any problem.
we can do a campaign.
Yeah,
We can do a campaign. There's many ways to do it, many ways to do it. We can do reminders. Supervisor can do reminders.
Yeah.
And usually the clubhouse is a meeting point. Connection point between home and the outside world, right? So my supervisor can go ahead and every single trip, every single bus, step in. Everybody has the ID, guys, remember, you need to have the ID. You don't have to be specific, let me show you ID, let me show you, no. Just a general reminder.
Yeah,
You guys have your ID, please make sure you have the ID. If you don't have your ID, go back home and get it.
right.
Right.
One bus by bus. We don't have to do this forever. We have to do this until the community gets used to bring the ID, because it's gonna be a reminder all the time. Oh, my ID, I forgot once, I'm not gonna forget it again.
But you could put that in your article, you know.
Yes, I will.
Have your ID, you're not getting on the bus.
Just, I will.
That's it.
I see one case,
Yeah.
the people try to go to the bus.
I know.
He don't have the ID.
Yeah.
How you coming here?
That's what
So
I,
he taking the car with another friend
yeah. Right,
to go to the supermarket.
right.
Yeah, that
The
happened
friend
too.
is go and he waiting for the bus for back.
Yeah, we have a lot of those.
That's what I'm saying, so I
We have a
know.
lot of those. Same thing, sometimes we have drivers that they come back to us saying, the lady, with the walker, I dropped her off in Walmart and I never saw her coming back the whole day. And it's because the lady called a friend and friend picked her up and brought him back. And my drivers sometimes are like, I didn't see the lady anymore.
Well, they take Uber.
Yeah, or they take Uber. So, yeah, again, we can do a campaign. Focus on the IDs in our end, and you guys do it in your end. And we don't have to do this forever. We have to do it
No, I know, in the beginning, just,
until the community, gets used to it, and that's it. I remember years ago, nobody uses a seatbelt, and they started doing a campaign, seatbelt. Nowadays, everybody puts seatbelt,
right,
and we travel with seatbelt.
Right.
So, to the point that you feel weird if you don't have it. Right? And years ago, nobody used the seatbelt. We can't do that. Now, regarding the dogs. The American Disability Association is very clear in terms of service animal.
right,
And here we're dealing with a dog. But a service animal could be any animal.
right.
Some people have snakes. Some people have monkeys. Some people have cats. A service animal could be any animal. Now,
That's not true.
No.
But
Let's
I don't want to
be
tell you
very
something.
clear about this.
Diane, if you want to be on.
There are
the board,
only
you have
two
to fill it out.
species
okay,
You have to fill it out.
constitute a medical service animal. One is dog and the other is miniature horse. That's it.
Shetland.
Everything beyond that is a emotional service animal.
there you go.
And you can make,
That's right.
and the vendor can make reasonable rules and regulations regarding that.
Correct. But a dog that's trained, even an emotional dog has to be trained, will not be jumping from seat.
That is correct.
Right.
And this is an addition to my speech.
Yeah.
The ADA, American Disability Association, states that as vendors or as transportation services,
Mhm.
we are not allowed to ask the person to demonstrate what the dog
Yeah.
does for you.
Mhm.
We are not allowed to tell you, oh, it's a service dog, show me what it does.
Right,
That is totally unacceptable. We can ask them, is this a service dog?
right.
Yes or no? Okay, or we can ask them, is this dog, performing any kind of service for you? Yes, that's it. That's the end of the story. Beyond that point, we cannot demonstrate what the dog is doing.
Omar, can you ask if this is an emotional service animal?
We can ask, if
Yes.
it's an emotional. Yes, we can ask. Because exactly, snakes and that kind of animals, some snakes are trained to capture the heartbeats and they will advise, and they will do some noises, and it's all kind of crazy things, but he's right.
So let me ask, what is your company's
Policy.
rule, policy on emotional service animals?
I need to look at it. I cannot give you an answer right now.
Okay.
I need to look into specifically emotional
The reason
animals.
I'm zoning in on this is because we're subject to the Fair Housing Act and you're subject to the American Disabilities Act, which are similar but not exactly
Yeah.
the same. So let's talk about that.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna look into the,
I want to tell you.
that specifically.
The airlines, there was a lady on the airline, Frontier with a dog. I said, how did you get on with the dog? Because they refused my daughter. I had to show them proof that it was trained. I had to show their license, the papers and everything. And that was from the airlines. They're getting very strict. Tell you the truth, this trip that I took, the first time I saw only one animal in that airport. So we're pretty tight about the rules.
As far as I know, we are not allowed to ask the animal to demonstrate anything.
I know, but if an animal keeps jumping on passengers.
That is unacceptable because part of the American Disability Act states that service animals needs to be under control.
That's correct.
And they need to be, if it is a dog or any other animal on a leash. And they need to be under control. If the animal is misbehaving, the driver can ask the person to abandon the vehicle if the animal is not under control. And I'm gonna say something here, and it sounds funny, and it's not, I'm not saying it because I wanna, but usually service animals behave better than people.
Yes, no, you're right.
We do trips that we bring 20 service animals on board, and they behave better than the people. Now, this specific person, we need to find out, because we cannot preventing you from coming on board if you're telling me, yes, it's a service animal. I cannot question that. However, if the animal is not under control, if the animal is jumping up and down the seats, if the animal is walking on the aisles,
The second complaint.
if the animal is barking, then there is a problem.
The same person, you have that report there from the same person. She is a very frequent, bus
Rider.
rider. She got on the bus and it was very full and the dog was occupying a seat. The only available seat in anywhere near the front and she's disabled. She had to walk all the way to the back because that person would not take the dog off and put it on her lap. It was just a small dog or have it at her feet.
Yeah.
Which is the normal way for a service dog to be controlled.
Usually they go on their feet,
Right.
under the seat, or on the lap.
Right.
So I think that it's important to state very clearly what the expectation is if you do have an emotional support animal. Because you can't have them occupying seats. I mean, that's crazy.
And again, this is a very delicate point.
Yeah, and we really need.
So we need to really make sure it's completely clear that the drivers understand
Right.
what the procedure is.
Yes.
Because again, if the person is coming at the clubhouse, you will be there, or any supervisor will be there, and we can address the issue with the person. But if the person is coming on any stops, any other place, then we have to make sure that the drivers know how to proceed.
Correct.
And then if we need to speak to this person and give them hey, listen, make sure that your dog is under control. Because we cannot prevent you from coming on board, but you need to have that dog, behave.
Is that a weekend thing? I think I'll start.
It's the date and time, I don't.
I'm gonna start riding the bus.
In the paper.
She said here, March 11 at 3 p.m. Round number 2, but we don't know the resident's name. And the paper says, we don't know the
We don't
resident.
have a resident name or.
There's another complaint in there about a dog somewhere.
They were, yeah, I guess it was the same dog.
It's the same dog. Yes, faster.
But we have cameras. If you have the route and you have the date, if you get a picture, give it to security.
That's a good idea.
Security will find the individual and notify. And where WPRF or UCO can contact the individual or help you to get the point across to the individual.
Yeah, that's clear. It's round number 3. Around,
If you give us a
number
picture
2.
of the individual, we can trace it down.
okay,
So that helps you, right?
yeah, of course. And again, the idea is to make it right. Okay? So.
Yeah.
And then avoiding that kind of situation. Because again, you feel like, okay, well, if you have a dog with you and you see so just one seat available, the normal thing for a normal person would be to, hey, wait a minute, just, have this seat. But if it doesn't happen, then we need to do something.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, very good. We can go on to the good and welfare. I think we talked about everything already. Flo, you have anything to say, hon?
Oh, no, I wanted to ask a question, about the service animal. The state kept, I don't know, I was on the Amtrak one time and the state, the conductor came up to the woman and said, okay, you got a dog on here, it's not listed on your ticket, you didn't register the dog to come, and, where's the dog, jacket, where's his paper? Like, and he was not a service dog, it was just a motion support animal, but she was supposed to register that dog, and she was gonna travel with it. So I see, what's his name, gets on the bus all the time, and his dog has a jacket, and he has his paper with him. And that, I mean, this is not a big question, you either have your stuff or you don't.
Right.
And that dog is so well trained. And he actually leaves, I can't think of the guy, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Al.
Yeah. Everywhere you go, he is a service dog.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run the issue through my safety department. Why? Because the service that we provide here as a vendor is different from the service that we provide on the rest of our business.
Right.
We are a charter company. So when we put a bus on the street, it's hired, it's booked by someone, either a whole company, an association, a private person, or a band, a team, whoever. And then there is some gray area for them in case, because again, let's imagine that you're picking up a family that is going to the beach, and one of the family members is coming with a dog. You're not gonna tell the family member, okay, the dog is not coming on board when you are part of the family. Maybe there is something different between how we do it for the charter system and how we can do it for you guys. Okay?
Yeah.
So you know what? Let me go run it by safety again and make it completely clear. And then if that is the case, I will probably add it to that that statement. Clearly like that. This is what American Disability Association states about service animal. That you can copy and paste it right from the act, and then we share it with you guys. And if you want me to run it by you first, and we sit down together and we discuss it.
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
what's freaking me on this is that you're subject to the ADA, which is public accommodation law. We're subject to fair housing, which is similar. You're providing a service to a housing development. So it could be a little tricky.
Yeah,
legally.
but at the very end, I'm your vendor. So
You're my vendor.
exactly, at the very end, we at some point we have to comply with.
And Flo, to answer your question about having papers for an emergency, emotional service animal, there are no papers for an emotional service animal. That's only for someone who has a blind dog or
Oh, that's right.
No,
there's
that's
a
not,
difference. So an ESA doesn't
Not true.
necessarily have to have paperwork. What they, here in Florida, what it is essentially a prescription from a doctor.
Prescription,
That they need
okay.
this for.
Paperless prescription. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sometimes you have to pay some places to rent. You have to pay additional if you bring in a dog.
you do.
You get paperwork for the dogs, and you get away with not paying additional just because it is exactly so. But yeah, we're gonna look into that issue. I'm gonna check the cameras, see if we can identify somehow the person, and we can address this with the person. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna run it by safety.
Yeah.
And we sit down together and we discuss what we do.
If I need to, I can have further.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay, so I am going to adjourn this meeting. As of, what time is it now?
You have
Yes.
one thing,
Yes,
if I may.
Yeah.
There is something that is being addressed by my drivers.
okay,
At the east entrance, which is the one that we use the most,
right,
there are some cones on the entrance to help dividing residents from visitors. Okay, so
That's a Donald question.
we're going through the visitor section. Okay, and because of the cones are a little bit to the right, the buses are going really close to the curving.
Yeah,
And we are scratching the tires and marking the curving.
Right, so the reason that we stuck with cones rather than something that's more permanent is precisely for you guys, so that run them over, they're cheap, and we clean them and we put them back. That's the reason we kept it that way, because sometimes we have to widen it for large trucks coming in, delivering things, cement mixers or whatnot, but we put something there that it's not the end of the world if you run them over, you know what I'm saying?
So
I've seen exactly the thing, where he's trying not to hit the
not to
cone.
hit the cones and it's going to the curve.
Frankly, I'd rather it hit the cones than the curb.
Yeah.
Curb expensive, cone, not so.
Yeah, and the tires too. The tires we have tires that we have to replace the tires. The tires new.
Yeah,
On the thread new, but it's so worn on the side that we have to replace the tires.
one of the things that we discussed doing is putting rigid delineators up. We had done that in the past. Basically, the buses wipe them out, but then the garbage truck's even worse. The cones, as kind of ugly as they are, they're expendable and cleanable, and if you run them over, it's not the end of the world. All right, so don't tell drivers, don't feel like we're not mad.
Yeah. So well, it's kill the curve and you know,
We can put the cone in the middle, because the cone is
too
next
near to the right.
Yeah, I'll tell the car.
Yeah.
What you're saying is to make the visitor lane a little wider and the
They get
gas
together.
lane a little, yeah,
No.
okay, okay, should have done.
Probably that's, you know.
That you didn't.
Okay, that's all in my end.
there's something.
You have anything, Mark?
Yeah, yeah.
You a second.
Say something? Okay.
Are we adjourned?
Oh,
No, Gloria has something to
I
say.
have one more question.
Hi, Gloria.
Are they ever gonna bring back the buses to the flea market? The festival flea market or buses that go different places?
No,
Festival Flea Market is closed.
No, it's not.
no.
No. Wasn't so, by the way.
What?
We were told that it was closed.
Yeah, I can fill it.
Donald?
Yeah, Donald.
Guys, what the story with the festival flea market was, it originally was announced to be closed. It was supposed to be a fulfillment center, like an Amazon warehouse, something like that. That deal fell through. And now the festival flea market is operating the vendors on month-to-month leases. So my understanding is that there are much less vendors
Yeah.
than they used to be, but it's still operating. As far as will the buses come back?
You just
You're
changed the
doing- that's why
schedule.
I'm telling you this. This is part of our excursion program.
Yes,
And that's something that can be brought up at a future meeting. If you want to make a motion to do a festival flea market bus,
yeah,
you're on a committee now. You just raise your hand and
okay.
it's really you guys who decide where the excursions go.
But it's too late
Right.
now. You have to wait till the next meeting, because we already went through that, okay? So who wants to adjourn the meeting? Yes,
Nobody wants to go home.
Passengers come.
Mario.
Passenger counts. We have 3 months during the passenger count manual. So we got to change the road now. So my question is, we got to stop the passenger count.
1 second, dear. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The passenger, the,
Yeah, we do, what he's saying is that we've been doing manually the passengers count. So any good results out of that? Is anybody actually taking a look at it, evaluating what's the
I
situation?
look at it, but you know what? I have a problem, because it's very clear. Sometimes there's no pickup. You can't go by, this is really, we thought it was a good idea. My personal opinion, I don't think it really solves anything, because there are people who wait. And then they don't take the bus for months, and maybe there's only 1 or 2 people from that building. And then if you shut down that bus stop, and then when people come back in, it could be a problem.
Do you
I'm
think?
not sure how
Do
we
you
can
think?
solve it.
You think the fact that we are changing this to a different routes, and that we are keeping it more steady, like every day of the week, for during the week, you think it's gonna change the numbers? It's gonna bring more riders?
I
Less
think so,
riders?
because you go into the outlet every day now, right? Where before it was once a week. I think you're gonna see a more steady flow of people. You said 1 or 2 places that I wanted to go to. I don't drive anymore, so I'm happy. So I'll be riding the.
You go every day.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, Pastor.
I think you should continue for the simple reason that as you're changing the routes, you can see if it had a positive or a negative input on the ridership. So I know that you're coming into the summer where you're gonna have less, but you're gonna need at least the next 6 months to see the difference from when the new routes and the old routes, you'll have an idea of how many people were going and how many people are going now. That's my opinion.
Yeah, we won't be doing it in depth.
Well, my proposal with this is we can do it when we start in the new road.
Yeah.
We can do it general. For example, East Road, how many passengers you move all
Daily.
day? With the clicker, that's 1, 2, 3. When we finish the day, we know we move in, I don't know, 200 people. That number is working for you, so you know you moving.
Make it.
Yeah, because the way we're doing it now,
I
we're
understand
counting,
what he's saying. and
we
I-
are counting, we're doing a head count in every single location that we go.
So then,
It's really time consuming and stressful. The drivers are, they're begging us, we need to keep doing this.
Why I need the internal route count if we not change this?
there is areas where there's no.
Yeah,
This is
that's another
necessary.
thing. We're doing it also for the internal routes. And I know for this location that we go by,
We can keep this count because we need the change.
Right, we need
So
to
the
create the change.
internal,
how
we don't have
it is.
make any change in the internal route.
I mean,
Okay, I think,
by contract, you guys can ask for that. We're not complaining about anything. It's just that
I got,
it is really time consuming. It's more than what we thought.
So the problem is the driver has to dealing with IDs, person, dogs.
Yeah, and they keep
you
the
know,
count, keep the count
keep the
sometimes.
counts,
Yeah,
there's areas where they, Somerset and other areas where there's never any count, so I don't know if they're not taking the buses. I'm gonna go over these more thoroughly and I'm gonna come back to you. Cause I did notice there are a lot of blank areas where I guess maybe the riders, Somerset and other buildings where there's never any person recorded, so
Yeah.
maybe we could eliminate.
well, if the idea is to, if the idea is that because there is no riders in this area, we are not gonna go to that area with the buses and we're gonna eliminate that.
but internal, no.
Well,
Talk about internal.
but internally, you're really going to eliminate an association that you're not gonna go to because there is no riders? You know, really, because that's our point. If we are doing a head count internally with internal buses,
But moving.
The outside will work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
he's right, the thing is, so why,
If we are doing a head count, and we determine that there is nobody in that area, we are not gonna go that area, we're gonna change the route. Okay, fine, but if we are not gonna change the route, and we're gonna continue with the same route internally, I'm talking about internally. External is totally different. If tomorrow this is not good, we do it again. It's not a problem. If tomorrow we realize that this is not good,
I got.
the community is not happy, by all means, we do it again. We go different places. We go north and south, instead of east and west. We find out something else.
Okay,
There's no doubt about it, but if we are not gonna change anything, counting internal routes is really time consuming and
No, that can't.
we have a lot of stops.
no,
Internally, we have a lot of stops. It's,
43.
yeah. So, but again, you have the right to ask for the count, it's totally,
I don't think we should continue indefinitely, if you want to make the comparison,
I
okay,
think
but
the external is good.
at one point, we have to just stop with this council.
guys, you discuss it, you know, you,
Okay, you know what, there's no need for you to,
exactly, you let us know, we will do whatever we need
Yeah.
to do, but,
Okay.
you know, just a thought.
Who made the motion to adjourn?
who made the motion to adjourn?
You did.
I know I did.
I
right.
seconded.
All right. Okay, Gloria.
I watched.
How can I help those?
I watched.
Have I filled it in now?
Oh, my.
To see if it goes.